Should be good back in the just to knock on it. We're gonna be back in next Thursday. If I can do it, I have to be there. Yeah, oh no, no, you have to get done. So you got done. Once I get that final, you roll it. Alright, all we have to do is get enough noise to do this. That little piece, that's it. Went to the doctor today, I released because I had she's up there working. You working? Which one do I need? You want the yellow or the speed?
On something on the agenda or not? You should know that by now.
I should.
You filling up with about another.
I got it. When she comes walking.
All right.
Keep it in order.
Keep it in order.
Getting back where
public comment? Is that the right one? Only
Present.
Zone 4.
Listen, I'm here, but I just want everybody to know, bear with me tonight, because I forgot my glasses, and I'm having a hard time seeing myself.
And
You
the
tried to
mayor.
give me some, but it didn't work.
And the mayor. Ceremonial manners of legislative prayer. Do we have any deacons or preachers in the audience who would like to do a legislative prayer? If not, I will do my best. All approach their, or however you say it, apply their reverences to their love, to their God. Lord, we ask you to guide us as we lead this meeting and make decisions on our city to the best benefit of our citizens. Remind us that we need to listen to what our citizens ask us, and to understand and follow to the best of our knowledge what would help the city move on to a more prosperous and benefit of our citizens. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda?
I was going to say that I was going to ask if maybe the commission would table 8A. You got a CAC proposal that I guess was just given to Roxanne tonight. And a second one, or not, that one in your packet, but it was updated today. And we told there would be a third one coming. So it just may be, in order for you to get them in front of you, you know, if you can wait till February, or if you felt the need, you could do a special meeting, but it was just one point I made
problem with delaying since we got into other proposals? We gotta review all three of them?
What the city would like to do.
All right, then we'll delay it so we can review all three of them.
Yeah, do that.
Make a motion that we table, 8A.
I second it. Motion to delay?
Table.
Motion to table item 8A, seconded by Earl Farmer. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? None? Motion passed.
And Mayor, that tabling request has nothing to do with the ball game at 7:30.
And nothing to do with
The football game at 7:30, so.
who's playing?
All Miss and Miami.
Let's get the fence.
Mayor, we do have the addition that we spoke about with, and,
Yeah, we do have an addition with a presentation for Light Up Lake Helen. And I know everybody got an email on a couple of the changes on the past minutes and on the addition of the Leprechaun 5K.
that's actually.
Anything else? All right. Public forum. This is open to the public to express their opinions and not direct any personal questions. The commission has recommended not to interfere or interrupt, and each person will have 3 minutes to make their presentation. And we have Alan Cook, who wants to address an issue with the PLDRC.
I'm Alan Cook, and I'm representing as the chairman of the PLRDC. My question's on, be right up front with you. For years, we've always had the right for voting for a fence, a pool, or a shed. Done it for years. Now, all of a sudden, last year or the year before, somebody changed it and put it to the historical board, which I think is completely wrong. I think we should go back to what we did, you know. And I just wanted to get the opinion of the commission and vote basically to say, let's put it back where it should be. That's all, because we have, what, Jim, 2 meetings this year, all year. 2 meetings. We used to do, for crying out loud, 6, 7 meetings. But now that it's all turned over to, I don't know who turned it over to the historical board, but we've always had it for years. And I just want your opinion and your vote to say, let's put it back where it should be. That's all I need.
And I can say, Cookie, that there was no changes done under me, so whatever that setup was, that's the way it was done when I came in, because I haven't changed anything.
I'm not blaming you.
Oh, no,
You know
I'm just
that.
letting you know.
You know where I'm going, but I ain't gonna mention no names, you know? But anyhow, I just want to make sure that you please agree with me, but not only that, to vote to put this back into the PLRDC. That's what I need. Where we go?
Well, I think we need to answer this one.
Now, Roger, I need some.
When Lee was administrator, it was presented to the commission at that time because the state was moving into wanting to reduce the amount of time it took to process permits. So to do that, they ended up moving the pools and fences to the staff being able to approve them unless it was in the historical district. So the only ones that the historical board does are the ones that are in the historical district to make sure it doesn't affect the historical value of the area.
Well, boards and meet on that. I forgot to put that in here. But anyhow, I think it has nothing to do with that. The difference is, I don't think historical boards should have anything to do with putting, I did pools for a long time. I did fences and everything. Look what we just ran into down at the darn school down there with them fences, what we went through with all that baloney. Remember? Well, that was ridiculous. But I'm just saying, I need your approval and your ideas on where we're going with this thing. I just want to move on.
Might be
Don't
best.
all speak at once.
The second might be best, because Debbie's not here tonight, and she kind of works with both of your boards, so maybe it might be better to start with there and see how the split is and what's there. Because asking them to make a decision tonight can be difficult without them having in front of them what the split is.
I've already
and
talked
how to
about
change
it. I've already talked to Debbie about it, believe me. But the difference is, this has to be approved by you people. That's where it's going, Jim. It's got to be approved by them, not Debbie.
No, not talking about her by Debbie, but she can tell how that got separated and divided and what it is that you think is the conflict, because they may be only looking at the historical property, the historical district. I sit on those meetings, and I mean,
No, I understand where you're going, but this has got to be decided on, because I've been with Lee 2 or 3 times about this. Oh yeah, Cookie, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of it. And here we are. I didn't blame you at all, because it was before you came, you know. But I need an answer on this, just know where we're going. You know, not that Debbie don't know what you're doing, don't get me wrong, but this is a decision that you as council people have to make.
Well, if you want to change the decision that was made in the past, you'll need to probably schedule a workshop to go over it, because,
Need a workshop.
listen to me, listen to what we're saying.
Go ahead.
To be able to go through it and figure out why you want to extend the permitting process against what the state wants us to do, we need to have a workshop so you can explain it to us better why it's more important that the PORC approve pools and fences and not the staff, when the pools and fences meets the basic codes of what we require. And if they meet those requirements, they can sign off on them.
No, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but I've sat here in meetings, and you've been in that meeting too, and made a decision on fences and stuff, and I say, oh, okay, we'll approve them all. No.
All those were from the historical board in historical districts though. There's
That school down there is not an historical division.
it's
We
in
went
their
through a lot of
coverage.
trouble.
It's in the Gateway
Gateway
corridor,
not the
which
school.
is covered by the historical board.
I'm just
If you
saying.
want us to change the rules on who approves
We're
what
not
for what,
changing the rules, we're going back what the rules should be. Like I said, I've been on the board for years.
I've explained it to you. I know, granted, it's a hard rock, but
It's not a big thing, all you have to do is say, okay, it's going back to the.
we can't just say it's going back because we'd be going against what the state wants us to do. We can't go against the state.
This has nothing to do with the state.
Yes, it does.
You got news for you, it don't. It's with the town, that's what we're here for.
3 minutes.
Okay, my 3 minutes is up, but I wish somebody would make a better decision here. Thank you.
Are there any others? Rick Bassett wants to talk on the new pavilion.
Thank you. Hello to old friends, hello to new friends. Wish you the best for the new year, I really do. Hope you all know that if you ever need to call on me, I'm still there. I hide, I love my privacy, but I'm still there. It looks like the weather's starting to cooperate, and the product is just about ready to ship out of California, so we're gonna start breaking ground next week. I've been working with the city administrator, Deb, and Ricky for several years now, and Deb much closer in the last, 6 to 8 months. But we're got demo permits to go in and start to prep, and then building permit to start to build. So you're gonna see changes, you're gonna see them rapidly, and people are gonna ask, what's going on? So I wanted all of you to be able to say, this is what's going on, this is what we decided to do. It's gonna be a really cool project, and, you know, but I wanna see all the love from all of us and supporting this thing. I think it's gonna be an amazing building. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them, but I don't wanna waste anybody's time.
I just hope the weather cooperates.
Again,
I hope the weather cooperates.
you gotta think happy thoughts. You got a choice between happy and not so happy. I'm going with happy every time. But if, most of you know my number, if you need to reach out, if you got questions. All right?
It's good to see it moving forward again. Thank you.
I appreciate it. And I really love working with your staff. I do. I've never run into the first snag, which is beautiful. And of course, maybe I'm not very demanding, but I just want to say high marks for your staff. Thank you all.
Do we have any others? Okay, consent agenda, approval of meeting minutes. There's two of them.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November and December.
I'll second it.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes for November and December by Sean Abshire, seconded by Rob Farmer. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. And presentations, proclamation for Arbor Day. And I know she has been a big proponent of this, so if our Vice Mayor, Heather, would like to read that.
Okay. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day would be designated for the planting of trees, and whereas this idea led to the creation of Arbor Day, which was first celebrated with planting of over 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas trees are vital to life on Earth, producing oxygen, reducing harmful carbon dioxide, preventing soil erosion, and improving air quality. They also help lower heating and cooling costs, regulate temperatures, and provide essential habitats for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, providing paper, timber for homes, firewood, and many other essential products. And whereas the trees in our city of Lake Helen enhance property values, support local businesses, and add beauty to both developed and undeveloped areas. They are a treasured asset to our community. And whereas trees bring joy, tranquility, and spiritual renewal to all who experience them, standing as symbols of unity, strength, and perseverance. Now therefore, we, the City Commission for the City of Lake Helen, do hereby proclaim Saturday, January 17, 2026 as Arbor Day in the City of Lake Helen. We urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day by supporting efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, and we encourage everyone to plant trees to contribute to the beauty and well-being of our community for generations to come. In witness thereof, we have hereunto set our hands and caused the great seal of the City of Lake Helen, Florida to be affixed this day of January 8th, 2026.
Thank you. Okay. Public hearing, social media discussion. I don't know.
That was an item that I asked to be added to the agenda. A while ago, we had social media, we had a Facebook page, I think, when Becky Whitty was here. And I think we should at least explore the possibility of doing it again. Mr. Brandt, during the interviews, expressed that was something that he wanted to see as well. I think it's a great tool for communication. Just about everybody's on Facebook. We've never in different. But I think it'd be a good way to get out information about events, road closures, water main breaks. Not everybody has the Savvy Citizen app. And I thought I'd bring it for a discussion.
It's a wonderful idea. I'd love to see us have a social media page. I've been an advocate of that for the last 4 years. I think it's a wonderful idea to have all the information, staying in one spot. Our positions change, but to have a resource for the public that they can access and know what's going on, and just to increase transparency, I think would be amazing. I'd love to see more information pushed out to the public and have it be correct information, and just make sure that we're doing as much as we can to provide as much information as we can. So I think it's a great idea. I'd love to know what it would cost and how much time it might take our staff. I don't know if we need, what that picture looks like, but I'd love to see if we come up with a plan.
Administrator, new administrator.
So I have spoken to the staff on this idea here, and we're supportive of it, and I can provide that information to you guys tomorrow or next week.
Anybody else?
When you get into social media, you do open up a lot of First Amendment issues that we gotta be sensitive to. I 100% agree, it's a great tool to get information out. Where social media falls apart is in the comment section, and that really goes downhill quickly. So if we can turn off all comments, so it's just information for people, that would be great. Because once you get into the comment section, this is a public record. We got to maintain this public record. And so if we have to have comments, then we can allow people to post on our social media pages. Then we got to deal with, okay, when are we going to remove a post if it's inappropriate? And what's inappropriate to one person may not be inappropriate to another person. So, and then are we going to suspend people from being able to post? And how do you get unsuspended? And then there's all these issues that you get into with social media that they will go away if we can disable the comment function. That it's just for information only, but no comments allowed. So if we have to allow comments, then that opens up. We just have to adopt some rules and policies on how we do that.
I don't see a problem with turning off the comments because there's still the option if a citizen has something to say about a Facebook post to email staff.
I agree.
or us.
I was told years ago, and I don't even do Facebook, but I was told you could not disable the comment function at one time. Now maybe that's something you can do now. But there was a time where you couldn't do it. I was told.
Deltona and Orange City have that.
Okay.
They don't have comments at all.
Then it is a great way to disseminate information. Totally here.
Okay.
I make a motion for staff to bring back a social media plan policy for us at the next commission meeting, or if we have scheduled another meeting in between.
I don't know that I'm ready to move forward on policy just yet. I kind of want to talk it out a little more and see what that looks like, but I would love to have an outline, maybe.
A workshop.
What I can do is, years ago, we did work on a social media policy. This is when Daisy Braziler was mayor. And I can find that information, get it to John
Any other discussion on social media?
I do have a question, though. Where did we add the light up Lake Helen presentation? Where did we add the light up Lake Helen piece?
Oh,
Was that under?
that was, we'll do it, just before the city administrator reports.
Okay.
Probably should have done it at the presentations, but sorry about that.
Did the light up in the Legion, yeah.
Well, let me see, because we had, this is under public hearing with the social media, is anybody in the public express a desire to talk about it? Nobody turn in cards? No. Okay. Okay, then, we can go ahead and do the, presentation.
Thank you for pushing me forward. I like that. Happy New Year, everybody. Alan Cook, 849 Pleasant Street, Weather Express. It was another great 2026 season, spreading all the Christmas spirit. It was great to see everybody, and obviously well received. Everybody seemed to be in the Christmas spirit this year. It was our 8th year doing it as our family. Testing. I was talking loud.
I know,
It was our 50th anniversary of the train being in Lake Helen, as you all well know. Obviously, there was banners up and we had a little celebration and t-shirts. I would like to thank all my family, my friends, volunteers, the citizens. Obviously, it's a lot when we do this. And I would like to appreciate all those folks, the city staff, you guys, Ricky and the staff, all their support, graphic source for their signage and the banners and stuff to commemorate our 50th anniversary. All our vendors, Popcorn Joe put some money into it for us, George with empanadas. All the vendors out there, the Saddle Club, I would like to thank them for extending the open invitation to use the facility again. They're always accommodating and willing to work with us. The light contest this year was a big success. We actually had a full train of judges this year, which has never happened, so that was good to see. We had actually more entries this year than last year. We had 19 entries in the light contest from the homeowners. So that was well done, and I appreciate all that, and I'd like to see that. The light up Lake Helen night, I would like to thank Helen for her support and her great idea of starting this a couple years ago. It seems to get better every year. Obviously, we upped the ante a little bit on the money, and we were able to raise the $5,000. Hopefully you guys will match it, so we'll have some more lights for next year. Obviously, everybody was very impressed with the lights in front of City Hall and all the facilities. It's clearly, we made an impact from last year's donation, so that was good. We had about 560 riders on Lake Helen night, so that was pretty cool. We raised a little over $3,000 to the bucket, actually getting on the train that night, cash. And then we had the Collins family, the Collins Pools, they were graciously gave me $1,000 donation to put towards it. Bruce and his family from Titan Paving gave me some $500, and then obviously I made up the difference from Butler's Express. So we did reach our $5,000 goal, which was amazing. I would like to thank Heather Rodriguez. She had a great idea this year with the Golden Ticket Night. She got a bunch of sponsors to put the golden tickets under the seats. I'm sure you guys saw it. If you didn't, it was pretty neat. She went to some of the local vendors, some people actually from Deland too, and we put little gift cards under the seats. It was like a little surprise for them. She was great at promoting that, and it was well received, and I would like to thank her for her great idea. And that's about it. I got some money for you guys, $5,000. It's a check. We always, obviously it's a lot of work. I was pretty tired by the end of the month, I must admit. But during the month, we live on adrenaline, and everybody's positive attitude and spreading the Christmas
it's easy to do, even though it's a lot of work. But thank you to my wife for making that the light contest presentation. I heard she did a good job. Thank you, Daisha. But that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for all your support. Obviously, we'll be back next year.
Thank you so much, Alan, for partnering with the city and for city staff, tirelessly working in Public Works, and Roxanne and everyone really worked hard to make this event a big deal this year. Karen came out, as our events coordinator, and then all of our volunteers. We had 2 commissioners help the day of. So I just really want to thank everyone, Heather Rodriguez as well. But the Butler Express is what we're known for at Christmas time, and so it was really neat to see that event expand this year. So it was really neat. Thank you so much for your hard work, and it's amazing that we got to that $5,000 mark. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. We try our best. Merry Christmas.
I'll show the public hearing section part of it. We got a request in submitted by myself for the American Legion Leprechaun 5K fund run this year. It is requested to be on March 21st. We do have a modified route instead of using the normal 5K route. Because of the Strawberry Festival, our route's going to be from the Legion going up Euclid, a couple streets on the north end, and coming back down to Lucia, then cutting through parts of the woods of Lake Helen, then back to the Legion. So we avoid the crowd that'll be interfering over at the Strawberry Festival where we have bottlenecks in the past. I haven't gotten the final map drawing on that, but when I get that, I'll submit it to you. The only thing we're asking from the city is the waiver of the percentages that would go to the city. We want to raise the money for the veterans programs that we have at the Legion. So we would like to have those funds stay in that area. And we asked, I talked with the police chief, and only thing we're asking from the police department, if they would just location check on our crossing guards to make sure they're not having any problems. Don't need, that way we're not tying up anybody or anything. And I got one question. I know I can't vote on this, but am I allowed to officiate it?
You can officiate it, but just disclose, you more or less disclose that this is your organization you're head of, so that's why you have a voting conflict. You won't be voting on it, but you're allowed to officiate it.
And I gotta submit that for
There's a
safety.
form, Roxanne may have it,
I've got a copy on my computer, I just changed the dates and submitted it.
that'd be fun. Yeah, just go ahead and get it submitted within 15 days, I believe.
Any questions?
Do you know about how much the money is that we have to?
I think it's like, was it 25% is what the city asked for? Donate percentage, applicants, the donate is 25% of the revenues to the city, and we're requesting that to be waived. Yeah, we've always waived it.
We always do. All right.
Any further discussion? All in favor? All. Anybody in the public got any comments on it? All in favor?
Aye.
And I abstain. Any opposed? Motion passed 4-1. 4-0-1.
Just 4-0.
Yeah, you can almost see that because you didn't do it.
Is there anything else that was added that we need to do before we get to the COAs? No, then we go to the quasi-judicial hearings, certificate of appropriateness. We have City Hall, 327 South Lakeview Avenue. Anybody have any ex parte?
Talk to Zach.
Did anybody talk to staff or administrator about it?
Well, that's not his part. Talk to yourself.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I've been going in the mirror too much.
I'm very happy to see this getting ready to be in the works, so I'll make a motion to accept the COA for City Hall for the electronic sign. I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Of course I.
Charlene?
I got a list. Did we get any other bids for this, other than this one?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
We didn't get to see them though?
What was that?
We didn't get to see them?
No, we provided the one that we selected. We did not.
Okay. I would have actually saw it. Was this sign budgeted for? Because I know we talked about it, I can't remember if it was actually put in the budget.
Yeah, it was under your capital.
The other thing, I noticed it looked like it was for a delivery. They don't install, they just deliver.
No, they could put it in, it would just, when I say it would look like, it'd be different, it'd be the same sign as you see at church.
No. Okay, it'd be the same what you see there?
Yeah, it'd be different color or whatever, but that's
But on the
the way they locate for the school.
Okay, but on the bid, it looked like they just deliver it.
Yeah.
Okay, they install. Okay, that was, let's see. And the other thing is, that quote's already expired, are they gonna extend it? On page 19. It says
Yeah.
delivered to, okay.
Nothing to add, no.
Attorney?
Well, last meeting, I told Jim goodbye, he told me he wasn't leaving. Can I tell you goodbye now?
Yeah, you can too.
Okay. Jim, I really enjoyed working with you, thanks and everything. John, I'm really looking forward to working with you, I enjoyed our meeting today, and so we're sure we're gonna accomplish some great things. But Jim, really enjoyed it, good luck with everything, and if you ever need anything, give me a call.
Will do. It's been great, thanks.
I didn't want to get that. Correct. We call football.
And Public Works?
I just have one thing. If you notice, the tower's being refurbished right now, being repainted. It should be painted by next week, I believe, or somewhere in there. And the logo and stuff we put back on. Thereafter, we'll start working on the lights to go on it, have it shine up on it after that. But it'll be in place, and then we'll just enjoy it.
Yeah, and mention so the crews after we appreciate their warning on the paint, so we're able to get our bingo players to move their cars.
It's fast dry, but we had that last time. They said fast dry. And it comes off the car, but this time it's really working the paint is. That's the primer you see now. You'll see the going to silver, and then they'll be painting the logo back on it. Then we'll put lights on the feet that shine up on it, and you'll see it at night.
Is it gonna have the city logo, the city emblem?
No, it's just gonna have what's on there now.
Okay.
And then it'll just have lights light up so you can see it at night from a distance, like on the back. You should be able to see it pretty good from there when we get done.
And Police Chief Robert Mullins.
Good evening, everyone. I apologize for getting this out to you at the last minute, but I didn't get my final word until today from what I needed, so that's why I've been out. And I was on vacation the last 2 weeks, so it's block safety. I know you probably looked at it, you probably have no idea what it is. So block safety is a company that provides the advanced license plate readers for Volusia County. It's part of our global agreement, which is the school zone cameras for the speed cameras for the school zones. We get 4 block cameras, which are 4 LPRs for the city. That's part of the global agreement. The global pays that. After setting these cameras and placing them, I realized that they're lane sensitive. So if I wanted to get all the exits and entrances to the city, for instance, say Main Street at the bridge, if I would have to have 2 cameras there, one coming into the city, one going out. So the 4 cameras only gives me 2 points in the city. We already have a county LPR at Catalina area, McCracken, which covers the traffic coming in. So I looked into 4 additional cameras to cover Summit, Marion, and North Pravac. And it's expensive. So going through this process, tuning into the grant that ICE is doing. So I've already applied for that grant. Right now I'm waiting on the agreement with ICE to be signed, which is basically just a mutual aid agreement that if ICE needs our assistance, just like we sign with the sheriff's office or any other law enforcement agency. But it looks like the grant's going to get approved. So with that being said, when I first got this quote and saw the 27,400, which is up 27,400, thought that was a one-time deal. It's a yearly. So the grant will cover the first year, and I didn't like it, so I had to put down the non-appropriation clause. I think that's the wording for it, under the special terms that says we don't pay anything until we get that grant money. So if they put these cameras in, and the grant says, no, we're not giving it to you, they do it. We don't have to pay anything. And if I determine that the program isn't good and we're not using it, I anticipate us to be using it, but some things you get and they just don't turn out to be worth the money, I can cancel it at no cost. So before I sign the contract, I need your approval and to answer any
So
questions.
only the first year is covered.
The first year is covered.
So the commission would pick up the 27.4.
What's that?
The commission then would have to budget.
We would have to budget for the 27.4, which, as I said, if we don't have the funds for it, I can cancel within 30 days. So that's on me. If I don't cancel it, then I'm in trouble. But I can cancel it. So if budget time comes around and we determine we don't want to budget for that, as long as we give
safety monitored, or does Volusia County Sheriff's monitor it?
Flock safety is the purveyor, so they don't necessarily monitor it, but they'll collect the data and do whatever they do with their analytics. I'm not familiar with that aspect of it. But when it comes down to, actually getting information out of it, that's done through, not flock safety, that's done through dispatch or us. But you have their program for it.
So who stores the public records and stuff for this?
We don't. The only time.
Who does?
Flock.
And they hold it for the amount of time?
They don't hold it for long. Yeah, they don't hold it for long.
Because it's a public record, and if somebody requests that public record, and
Correct.
it's not there, I mean, we need to,
Well, it depends on what you would use that public record for. We just can't go in there and just, whatever car we want to see, what car thing, we have to have a legitimate reason, just like driver's license. So if I wanted to run any of your driver's license, I would have to have a reason to. Whether I pulled you over on a traffic stop, whether I'm getting information for a report or a background check. We just can't really run stuff just to get information. So whenever we run stuff, we have to put in the code, this is why we're running. So it wouldn't be, the flock wouldn't just be, we just want to see what cars are coming through town.
so you would drive through there, and unless you activated, it would not be taking pictures
So
of?
it's not open for public, no, it's not public data, or I'm trying to explain it. It's not, you can't just go in there and say, I want to know how many times this car went through that intersection. There has to be a legitimate purpose, i.e. a criminal investigation.
But this can be shared between, police departments also, this
Right.
information. So you're basically sharing people's information, kind of like,
No, I'm not sharing anybody's information.
well, you're sharing what's on the cameras.
It's no different than a police report. I did a police report and the sheriff's office wanted it or another agency wanted it, they had to do that. But we don't store the data on the cameras. We just utilize the cameras.
So what is the actual benefit to the city for that?
There's a ton of benefits. We don't have LPRs anywhere in the city. If a stolen car comes into the city, we'll never know about it. So these go for warrants, these go for, stolen vehicles, any person of interest. If we have a burglary in the city, then we know what time that burglary happened, and we can start pulling our camera footage to see what vehicle left the city and entered the city at a particular time. It helps out.
Well, I looked at the ones in California, and they're saying that there's a 35% misread on people are getting pulled over, and it's not them. There's less than 1% actual people that have committed a crime are being caught by them, and they don't always update the information. So they could pull you, they could take your license, you get pulled for suspended license, but they've already been cleared, then you're still being held.
We wouldn't use it for traffic purposes, for suspended licenses. But I know what you're saying, but with any system, there's gonna be cons and there's gonna be pros, but I would rather have the system and do good with it than just to say, now there's a possibility somebody might abuse it, and then we just don't do it. 'Cause that would be every single thing we did.
I personally have a problem with, I just feel like it's an invasion of privacy.
If you have a cell phone, it's the same thing.
Well,
I mean, if you carry a phone, anybody can track you at any time, all they have to know is how to get into your phone. So,
the only last thing I want to say as far as voting on this tonight, I think that we need more time to research it and get citizen input from it because it was a last minute thing. That's it. That's all I have to say now. So.
but that being said, I don't wanna hold off too much on it because it's happened in the past, where we hold off on something and it's just not available for us, because we paid off. But as I said, I've been working on this for several months. So it was about getting the contract that I felt benefited the city, which is no cost to the city at all.
For the first year.
But then it's not worthwhile, and we won't use it, and you guys will have that option to choose whether or not you want to keep it on the budget.
I would like a little bit of clarification, because at the beginning you were talking about how we're using it for the school zones, and then you were talking about different intersections, Marion, and I think you said Kicklighter, there was another one. So I'm not clear on if this is included in that portion, or if this is in addition to, and.
These are 4 additional cameras, so this is the cost for 4 additional. We already did 4.
Okay.
We have the speed zone cameras, and then
Okay,
That's
so we
all
have,
the case for the other four, the initial four. I would like 4 more to cover all the exits and entrances to the city.
so we'll have 4 points throughout the city then,
Roughly, yes.
that are
We'll have
covered.
about 5.5. So my proposal right now is Main Street to be covered completely both ways, coming in and out at the overpass, Summit, at the overpass, coming into the city from Pratt, and exiting the city on Lake Helen, Osteen, and then Marion Street.
Okay.
Do you know if it's gonna use the same algorithm program that the county uses?
It is, that's why I went with Flock. It wouldn't benefit anybody if it was a different company, because it would just be those cameras for that particular company. So Flock is pretty much everything.
Because I believe the county's program is that they can, if they have a stolen vehicle and they got the tag number, or if they have an incident occurred and they got the tag number, they program it in, and when the camera spots it, it tells the deputies where that vehicle is at. Is that the way it is?
That's correct, yes. But the system is not used to monitor how much traffic is coming in and out. We wouldn't use it for that. We would use it for specific purposes. So, and everybody has a password to get in there, so all that stuff can be monitored. Like, what was this person doing in the system? Why were they in the system? What did they do? And we do audits with that monthly anyway, on our tablet system, quarterly, on all of our other systems that we use.
What is the frequency that you currently access this type of information with the county or with the other agency that's currently administering the service?
It's up and down. We don't have any cameras in the city, so we don't do it that often because we don't have any cameras. We just have the one coming into Lake Helen, Osteen. So we've used that one a couple of times for crimes that have occurred over the last couple of years, but we haven't really gotten it.
Okay, and what is your anticipated need or usage of the,
I'm sorry.
what is your anticipated need or usage of this program over the next couple of months? What is the plan for using this?
The plan is just to use it as needed, just if we have a crime to help us solve those crimes.
Has there been an instance that we haven't had the access to this information because we don't have the cameras, and it would have been beneficial that you could think of?
Oh yeah, there have been many times we could have used it. Yeah.
Okay. So in the past year, how many times would this have been useful, would you say?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't really say. I'd say maybe 20 incidents
Okay.
that could have been beneficial for us.
Okay, that helps, thank you.
Did you say 20 in a couple of months?
Last year.
I know we've had a lot of people running from the police coming through Lake Helen. I know we had quite a few last year. So those cameras would be just, once it's programmed in, then pick it up and go from there.
The camera just picks up the license plates as they come through the city.
But I'm saying, once, say the landline after these guys, and just like Evan mentioned, it'll pick it up and then it'll automatically, if it comes into Lake Helen, it'll automatically send it.
It automatically like dispatch to other parties, yes, absolutely. And those, obviously, those cameras will be able to be utilized by all agencies. That wouldn't make it to just like Helen only has access to those camera systems. So that would give the county another 8 cameras, to utilize for their efforts also, so. It's not just to benefit us.
Anybody want to make a motion, or we open it up to the public first? Okay. Anybody in the public got any comments on the license plate reader cameras? None, so it's back to us.
I have a question, are they just license plate? Nancy Murray, 435 West Delaware, are they just license plate readers? Are they speeding
proposals? Not necessarily, they wanna put the cameras in as soon as the vote starts going, which is already going, so they're gonna start the warning campaign for that, I believe, next week. They're shooting for Monday, I don't know if they're gonna have the article, the news release out by then, but that's their goal, is to start a 30-day warning period. So with the 4 cameras that we have, that we're already getting, Flock would like to do everything simultaneously instead of waiting, because it obviously will be more effort and cost for them. Not gonna reflect on us, but they would like to do it all at the same time.
Hey, Chief, is there a deadline on the ice grant?
On
The ice grant?
no, it's just till funds run out.
I appreciate that you brought this to us. I want to start saying that. My concern is that I haven't had enough time to really digest this and discuss how other folks in the city are, kind of take the temperature of the public. So for me, I would rather just hold off on this, and maybe bring it back at the next meeting. I feel kind of backed into a corner about it. That's a lot of money. I know we were applying for funds and it wouldn't cost us anything the first year, but, I don't wanna rush into anything with this, so, for me, I'd like to wait.
Anybody want to table it for a month?
Yeah,
Anybody want to make that motion?
I make a motion to table it for a month.
Second. Oh, go ahead, Sean. You can have it.
And motion by Sherlin to table, seconded by Sean. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. Next month, we'll hopefully have an answer for you.
Sure, if you have any other questions, shoot them to me, because I might not have an answer, and I might have to reach out to Flock, so just shoot me any questions you have.
Before you go, though, I do have a question about the school speed zone cameras. Our scout leader down there at the American Legion Post works for some sort of state agency thing, law enforcement, somewhere around there. And he said that in some of the counties where they had it at, the cameras were installed and was filming the vehicles outside of the school zone. And I noticed where the cameras are mounted outside the school zone, but the camera themselves are pointing towards the school zone. Are they gonna make sure that it's only picking up the cars inside the school zone?
Yes, according to both of them.
Because some of them were eliminated because the picture that was submitted, the car was still outside of the school zone when they did it.
Yes. Yeah, they're aimed to be in the school zone.
Just wanna make sure ours is.
And we're the ones issuing the citation, so it's the officers that are going in, so we know our areas too, so if there is an issue with that, it'll obviously be addressed in those. I've already had to correct one thing with the signs that they got, so they've got to go out and correct the signs, because they're 15 minutes off, so, in the signs that they put out, so. This is something new, it's just, try and see how it is, so.
How's the timing gonna work on early release day Wednesday?
It's for
First, I want to say thank you and goodbye to City Administrator Jim Gleason. This is your last meeting. Thank you. Goodbye. And welcome Mr. Bryant as the next City Administrator of Lake Helen after this. January 21st, I'm going to be holding my first town hall as a city commissioner. It'll be at Hopkins Hall from 7 to 8 o'clock p.m. Mr. Brandt will be there also to introduce himself and make himself available if anybody has any questions for him. And I took a page out of your playbook, Vice Mayor Rutledge, with the copy with your commissioner that you did last year. I'm going to start doing those the second Saturday of the month at Market in the Park from 8 to 10 for anybody who wants to come out and speak with me about any issues they may have or just to say hello. And that is all I have.
Okay, zone 4, Commissioner Bishop. You know you're first next month. Let's see, I get their third spot, so. I had the opportunity of going to a grand opening of 1 Million Cuts West Volusia down in DeBerry Wednesday morning. This is a program that helps young startup businesses. They have meetings every Wednesday from 8 to 10 a.m. down in DeBerry at, I don't know the name of the restaurant that's there next to the Winn-Dixie in that little plaza there. But I got to talk to a lot of people down there. It's a great program for people that want starting up a small business, a home-based business, or a virtual business. And they give pointers and supportive stuff and help them on their way so that they can try to become successful. But while I was down there, I was talking with a guy, last name Winterrose. He runs a video marketing business. He does marketing for Deltona and DeBerry and I don't know who all else he said, but got to see one of his ones that he did for DeBerry, and it's a big thing that promotes, he does them to promote the city, to get the city's name out there and what they have available in their cities. And I got a meeting with him next Monday to do a follow-up on it. I asked him if he would like to come in and talk with the administrator and I to maybe come up with a proposal or something for the city and what he could do for us. And he's willing to look at that and see what he can do. He also does, if we have special events like 4th of July or anything like that, he comes out to those events and films them. And he films them in different ways. He'll use a camera mounted on his vehicle or a walking camera that has the balancing thing on it so it's not jiggling all over the place, and video and drone video. So he gets a broad spectrum view of what's out there. So it was very interesting, and I look forward to learning more about that information.
I've seen his videos, there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, he's got a good one for DeBerry. I looked at the one from DeBerry. I don't know when it was, maybe the chief can fill me in, but sometime in the past week or maybe the week before, one of our officers was involved in pulling a lady over that had a child in the car with them, and they didn't have a car seat, and they went and contacted the person, somebody they knew, who was Fiona Ash, and asked them if they had a car seat. And she said no, but her sister might. Got hold of her sister. Her sister had one, so they brought it down. The officer then helped install it, put the kid in the car seat, and gave the mom a warning about making sure, the child's properly secured in the vehicle and everything, instead of writing a ticket and ruining her day. So I've got to hand out a big round of applause. For thinking outside the box and handling that situation in a different way.
It was Scott too, he called.
Yeah, Scott and Marcel.
And on law enforcement, tomorrow is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. If you see them out there and you want to thank them for being here and protecting us, you want to send them thank yous and stuff, go ahead and do it.
We're all gonna take off tomorrow.
One of you have to stay. You need a volunteer that's willing to stay. And with that, I think that's all I got. So the next one would be Heather.
Thank you. I want to invite everyone out to our annual Arbor Day tree giveaway celebration we'll be having on Saturday, January 17th. Pickup will be at the CAC from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please present proof of Lake Helen residency, and it is 1 tree per household while supplies last. I also want to thank our sponsors and our volunteers for their tremendous support of this program. It really does benefit our ecology for so many generations to come, and it's neat to think that generations after we're gone, maybe we will still have some of these beautiful trees to benefit. But Collins Built Pools, Jeff and Debbie Ritchie, Beery Roofing, Troy Building Co., White House Contracting, Tree Work Now, Duke Energy, Lake Helen Garden Club, Lake Helen Lake Committee, and Waste Pro. Thank you again for your support of this program. And come out and see any of our volunteers out that morning. They'll be able to help you with how the trees were, how to plant them, how to care for them, and recommend maybe the best for your soil type, or if you have lots of water, lots of sun. So there will be a little QR code on each of the plants you can scan and make that decision. So we hope you'll come out and join us that day. Thank you.
Earl?
Yes, we received the estimated capital cost for stormwater projects in the city of Lake Helen, who was this, maybe 4 or 5 months ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I really would like to see the city move forward, start looking at these jobs, because sometimes these jobs have to be shovel-ready. So I'd like to get Woodard and Carter back in, so they can kind of give us an update, myself, Cookie, and Amy Palmetier. We have went around and looked at every one of these jobs that they have and proposal. And we can just have a special meeting or a call meeting, just have them come in and give us an update and see what needs to be shovel ready. And I think you mentioned that they needed to add south on it at the time when they presented it. It was missing off of here.
Yeah, there's, I believe it's South High Street or North High Street.
No, north is on here.
Okay,
South High.
Street.
So I think it would behoove the city to move forward on this, just because we didn't get a hurricane this year. Let's just keep going forward to try to make sure that we're ready. If the funds become available, we're ready to start work.
Can you
He's got something to say.
send out an email to the,
Roger, he's trying to get your attention.
We're gonna
Let me
move
answer
forward.
all that for you. Where Kurt was in today, meeting with us and John, when we had this discussion. They're gonna be submitting John, and Ricky, a report that's called vulnerability assessment. It's another grant they're working on, and it ties into this. So they're gonna give them 2 weeks to view it, and then they want a meeting with you guys, because that vulnerability assessment will fine tune how they can get the money and how, and then to prioritize the project.
Right.
Yeah, so So they were in today, and are aware of this coming up, and so it's just a matter of letting them get that report to John and Ricky to do their initial review, and then, so it should be maybe 2 to 4 weeks, and you can get that started.
That was the reason I wanted to get them in, so we can prioritize which jobs
Yeah.
first, if that job needs to be shovel ready, we can start planning for that now.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was, go ahead and see if, can send out an email to the commissioners to find out when they'd be available for a workshop to be able to go over this stuff. And,
It would be at least 2 weeks out.
yeah, that's fine, but let's get it ahead of time so we get it on the calendar. Because there's a lot going on this time season with the legislature and everything.
There was, there was a few, I think I spoke with you about, there was a few things missing off of, such as the ditch cleaning and all that need to come first.
Yeah.
So I think we can prioritize these jobs and be ready to go. Okay. That's all.
Those funding mechanisms are extremely important. We need to move forward. Yes.
That's all I have.
Anybody else got anything? If not, 1 hour and 15 minutes? Huh?
Well, it was a small agenda, but still.
Well, meeting adjourned.